The Mongol Empire's expansion was truly remarkable. Under the leadership of Genghis Khan, they united various nomadic tribes and embarked on a relentless path of conquest. By 1206, Genghis Khan had solidified his rule over the Mongols, and from there, their empire surged forward. Their conquests knew no bounds as Mongol armies surged in all directions from the vast Mongolian steppe. They left their mark on regions like China, Korea, Turkistan, Samarkand, and Russia, but sadly, many of these campaigns were marked by large-scale slaughters of local populations. But here's the catch, folks. There's no one-size-fits-all answer to why the Mongols were so successful in their rapid expansion. Just like in any juicy slice of history, it's a complex mix of factors that we're about to uncover. So grab your virtual passport, because we're about to embark on a journey through time and space. First off, let's talk about Genghis Khan himself. Genghis Khan, originally known as Temujin, was the son of a Mongol leader. He quickly rose to power by working with Togrul Khan of the Karaite tribe. The most powerful Mongol leader at that time was Kurtite, who was called Wang, or king in Chinese. Temujin went to war against Kurtite, defeated him, and then took the name Genghis Khan. Under Genghis Khan's leadership, the term Mongol was used to refer to all the tribes that spoke Mongolic languages and were under his control. His key allies were his father's friend, Togrul, and his childhood blood brother, Jamukha. With their help, Genghis Khan defeated various tribes, including the Merkit, rescued his wife Berta, and conquered the Naimans and Tatars. Genghis Khan had a policy of sharing the spoils of war with his warriors and their families, which made some of the aristocrats unhappy. This disagreement led to conflict with his uncles and some former allies, but Genghis Khan and his loyal forces emerged victorious, bringing rival tribes under his rule between 1203 and 1205. In 1206, he was crowned as the Khagan, or Emperor of the Great Mongol State, and he took the title of Genghis Khan, marking the beginning of the Mongol Empire. Without Genghis Khan, there wouldn't have been the mighty Mongol Empire. Genghis Khan was an exceptional leader, strong, charismatic, and incredibly skilled in military tactics. He achieved this by bringing together all the Mongol and Turkic tribes in Mongolia, using a combination of diplomacy and warfare. What's even more impressive is how he turned regular folks into skilled warriors. He had them undergo constant military training, turning them into a fearsome fighting force. With this army, he embarked on a relentless campaign of conquest, stretching from the Pacific Ocean to the Mediterranean Sea, covering most of Eurasia. What made Genghis Khan even more exceptional was his vision for the empire. He had a clear plan, and even after his death, his vision endured. Not to mention, he was a military genius and an adept administrator. There are few nomadic leaders who can rival his accomplishments, perhaps only Bumin Khagan comes close. It's safe to say that without Genghis Khan's leadership and ability to unite these tribes, there might not have been a Mongol Empire as we know it today. His legacy as a visionary leader and his strategic brilliance on the battlefield continue to be remembered in history. Second, let's talk about the Mongols' army. You know, when people think of the Mongol army, they often picture a big, messy group of soldiers. But actually, that's not true at all. The Mongol army was super well organized and disciplined. They had these groups of 10 soldiers called Arban. And these Arban groups made up even bigger groups like Sun with 100 men, Minghan with 1,000 men, and Tumen with a whopping 10,000 men. And here's the thing, once you were in an Arban, you couldn't just leave. If even one person in your group ran away, the whole group would be in big trouble. Each Arban had 6 guys on fast horses with bows and arrows, and 4 guys on heavily armored horses with big spears. They practiced their skills every day. These groups were kinda independent, so they could come up with clever ways to fight without needing a boss to tell them what to do. Now, the Mongols had some cool tactics that gave them an edge. They were famous for their horse archers, which was a new thing for most armies. These guys could sneak around and bother their enemies' camps all night, keeping them from getting any sleep. But the trick they're really known for is the feigned retreat. They'd pretend to run away, tricking the enemy into chasing them. Then, when the enemy was tired, the Mongols would turn around and attack. And here's the cherry on top. These guys were super mobile. Each soldier took care of 3 to 4 horses, so when one horse got tired, they'd switch to another one and keep going. That's how they could move around so fast. Sometimes they covered a crazy 100 miles in a single day. But also let's talk about their willingness to adapt. The Mongols were open to making changes. Kublai, one of their leaders, moved the capital from Mongolia to China. He also welcomed people from different parts of the empire to his court. What's more, the Mongols were eager to learn from those they conquered. They got a writing system from the Uyghurs to write their language. They also learned how to use gunpowder and flaming arrows from the Chinese. When it came to military campaigns, they even brought in siege engineers from China and Persia. This willingness to adapt and learn made their army better after each victory. The timing played a crucial role in the Mongol Empire's rapid expansion. It seemed like destiny favored them, as many other great empires were already on the decline. This made their conquests easier, especially when they encountered weakened states like Western Xia and the Dali Kingdom, which offered little resistance. The Song Empire, while still formidable, was also facing internal divisions and decline, providing the Mongols with a challenge, but not an insurmountable one. The Khwarezmians' infighting and lack of centralized control made them vulnerable targets. You're right about the Middle East too. The Muslim empires weakened themselves through internal conflicts and conflicts with the Crusaders, which left them divided and unable to unite against the Mongols. It's interesting to note how the Mongols wisely chose their battles, avoiding confrontation with the Delhi Sultanate at its height. This strategic decision allowed them to expand rapidly in other directions. All these factors indeed contributed to the Mongol Empire's swift rise, but as history shows, internal conflicts eventually led to its fragmentation. History is full of fascinating twists and turns.